What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back. We can give you all the tech news stories from the past 7 days in one single video. This week was chock full of information about the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Some good, some not so good. We also talked about the price for the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. We talked about the Galaxy Z Flip 4. And obviously, as you know, those are two devices coming out, or actually all three of those devices coming out very, very soon. So we go in depth with all that. Plus, you can reserve your pre-order right now. It's linked in the description down below, so take advantage of that as well. Have a great day, enjoy the show, and we'll see you in the next one. First is an app that Samsung has released for photos to make your photos look better. With a touch of a button, you don't have to really do any of the editing. It just makes everything look good. And this is the app. It's called the Galaxy Enhance X AI Photo Upscaler in Magic Editor. When we dive into the gory details of this on the Galaxy App Store, it says the app is a one-stop AI solution, also known as artificial intelligence, for all media enhancements. With a single tap, your image is analyzed for imperfections, enhanced and refined to a higher quality. Basically what they're saying is that they're gonna make the photo look better no matter what the situation is all about. And when I tried to download this on my Galaxy Z Fold 3, it says the app was incompatible, so I think we're gonna have to wait on that. But if you have a regular phone, like an S22 Ultra like myself, the app actually downloads. And I'll link it down below if you wanna download it. All you do is just click on that link and it'll bring you to the Galaxy App Store. But in my short time using the app, I personally haven't noticed anything great about the app in terms of it working better. It just is not very impressive from what I can tell. So you literally open up the app, you hit select picture, you find the picture that you want. I've got a picture here. I'm gonna hit the enhance button down here, which is like a little star. It does some magic. It says adding magic, perfecting the pixels, enhancing the magic, adding blah, 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 blah. So it's running through it. It takes a second or two. And when I look at it, I honestly don't notice anything being amazing about it. Not that impressed by it, I have to admit, but you might absolutely love it. If you use Google Photos already does something like this, so it's not that amazing. It's not as mind-boggling as I thought it would be, actually, but I assume it's gonna get better and better over time as the app updates over time. But still, it's just, I don't know. It's cool to get because it's free if you have a Samsung phone, so I definitely would say try it out. And you can save it and share it and do all that kind of stuff. You can even go down here and remove reflections and fix the face and add portrait mode to photos. So it's cool, some cool things in there. It's just like these set of features are almost in a million other apps. But I guess if you're not using those million other apps, you have one on your Samsung phone that you can use. Again, it's linked down below. Next up is about Samsung Galaxy Unpacked, which is supposed to happen in about 20-ish days. And we've been hearing August 10th, we've been hearing that they're going to announce the Galaxy Z Fold 4, Flip 4, Watch 5s, the Galaxy Buds 2 Pros, and maybe some other stuff as well. But we've heard the date being August 10th. Well, it's official, and I'm not gonna show the image, because I don't want to get copyright strike from Samsung just in case, but Evan Blass leaked out an image showing August 10th as the day, and it's like, yeah, it shows the Samsung stuff. There's nothing great, it just shows the Z Fold 4, it says August 10th next to it, and so that'll obviously be the day. I've also heard that it's gonna be an in-person event, but then I heard today from somebody else that it will not be an in-person event, so I'm gonna go with what I've heard today, that it will not be an in-person event, it'll probably be a virtual event. To add on to that, if you think about the last couple of releases from Samsung on their phones, they've let us do some pre-orders of the devices, and I assume they're gonna do that as well. Again, probably I would say in the next 7 days, you'll probably be able to pre-order it. But again, in the past, the last couple of pre-orders haven't been anything to be amazed by, because of the fact that they usually send those invites after the pre-orders have already started, and then you sometimes don't even get the phone till after people have gotten it and you're late. So it's like almost like the pre-order is kind of dumb because they don't do anything with it. You get it too late. So I would still sign up for it. It doesn't hurt your chances of pre-ordering it without that, but at least you have that as a backup. So I would still say pre-order it when the event and the ability to do that happens, and I'll definitely let you guys know when they allow us to pre-order it. But August 10th is the official day. It should also be the first day to pre-order the phone as well, and get it in your hands about 2 weeks after that. The story is about Unpacked. Samsung, as you know, we've figured out that August 10th will be the day that they end up doing this, and it's going to be official. They haven't officially announced it, but it's been leaked out that it is official. But they also put this tweet out yesterday saying, we have a secret to tell you, Samsung Galaxy Unpacked, and they give you a little code that you're supposed to decipher to figure out what it is. But ultimately, it's probably just gonna say that it's August 10th. And I think, because I'm recording the video right now, I haven't seen anything official, but I would assume in the next hour or 2 or 3, maybe a little bit later, but sometime today, I would guess they're probably gonna put the official announcement out from themselves, not leaked out, but then officially putting the information announcing August 10th. So I'll probably end up covering that tomorrow's video, but right now, that's what we know so far from Samsung. Next story is absolutely huge, and I would love to show you guys these renders, but I can't. I know Samsung will copyright strike the channel, and I don't want that. But I can definitely talk about a couple of things that have stood out about these renders. And these are official renders of the Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Fold 4 that have been leaked out. And what they show are, like, if you just looked at them on a surface level, nothing really stands out. If I showed them to you real quick, I don't think you would notice really anything about them. It's really when you dig deep and look at them. And what I noticed, and I've kind of mentioned this before, is that the buttons now really seem to, at least from the official renders, they really seem to stand out more on the phone, meaning the power and fingerprint button sticks out a little bit more, and the volume button seems to stick out a little bit more. They seem a little bit more tactile, which I don't mind these buttons at all, but when you take the case off, sometimes they're a little hard to find. With the case on, it's fine because there's an indent in there, but I think it's gonna help with finding the button easier instead of having to really look for it, depending upon how your case is, or if you use your phone naked, which if you do, you are a mad person. I don't know how you could do that. But beyond that, all the renders we've seen about these devices pretty much looks the same. I don't think, again, nothing's really gonna pop up like, oh my God, that looks completely different. Even when the display is open, you know, if just looking at it, if you didn't tell me that it was shorter and wider, I probably wouldn't even notice. It's really difficult to see, at least from the official renders, but it also shows off some colors of the phones, what you'd expect, so you can see the range of colors. And for me, I don't mind any of the colors for the Galaxy Z Fold 4, but none of them are like completely blowing me away. I guess I'd either choose, any of them would honestly be fine with me. Maybe I'll try to get the white one, the gold one, just because it's a little bit different, unless it's really difficult to get. But the green and the black look good as well. The red one, because we've seen some renders come out. These aren't official ones because there's someone making them, but still, the red one kind of looks cool too. I mean, it's like almost like cherry cough syrup, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe that one. And then on the flip side, I'd go for that like periwinkle purple as well on there, so like I did last year. So nothing, again, too crazy that popped up, but official renders are they're out now, so you don't even have to, like, you can search for them anyway and you'll find them. But if you didn't see, I released a video really late yesterday for a lot of people all throughout the world, including the United States, and it was all about the pre-order going on right now on Samsung's website. I have it linked down below if you want to take advantage of it. And what it does is it locks you into being able to get the best, basically the best pre-order gifts, pre-order trade-ins, and also kind of lock you into the pre-order if you want to end up buying the phone at the end of the time. Now, if you end up doing like this pre-order, you're not locked into anything. You don't have to buy the phone. You don't have to click something afterwards and say, I don't want to buy it. You just don't do anything at that point. So I would say everyone take advantage of it, even if you're kind of on the fence, because at least you'll potentially be able to get the phone with some nice trade-in offers, especially after the fact of the pre-order once that starts, which should be August 10th. But regardless, we have a couple of news stories, a couple of questions. Let's dive into the tech news. First story of the day has to do with this. This Samsung has finally put out, August 10th, 2022, watch something greater than before, unfold at Samsung.com, and they've officially announced Unpacked. They don't fully tell us what time it all starts at, but Unpacked is real. It's happening. We talked about it the last couple days, and now it's official. Samsung has come out and said it, and they show off the Galaxy Z Flip 4 in the video, which is kind of interesting. Wanted to just show us the whole device, baby. Don't hold us back. Beyond that, though, where's the Z Fold 4, or is it hidden in that? I think it's the Z Flip 4 the whole time in that video. I would love for them to do another version of this and show off the Z Fold 4 next. But yeah, it's official, great news, and we're on track to see this phone very, very soon. Also, speaking of Unpacked and the Galaxy Z Fold 4, Ice Universe has come out and talked about the weight of the phone again. And we've talked about the weight being less than the Galaxy Z Fold 3, and it is. But we're getting kind of close now. So here, check this out. So he's saying that the Galaxy Z Fold 4 weight is going to be 263 grams. Now on the Galaxy Z Fold 3, Z Fold 4 is 263 grams, Z Fold 3 is 271 grams. Now in America, we don't play with grams, baby. We don't. We do ounces. So ounces, 9.6 ounces, and on the Z Fold 4, you're looking at about 9.27 or 9.3 ounces, depending upon how you look at it. So really, it's only 3 ounces less weight than the Galaxy Z Fold 3, but it's still lighter. I think you'll be able to feel it when you add all your accessories on and everything like that. So it's nice, again, that it would have been amazing to have this be like feather light. Yeah, of course, but having it be even anything less and be a better phone than the Z Fold 3, that's a win. So I'm happy about that and happy to see that so far. First story of the day is, if you forgot what the front of the display of the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4 look like next to each other, let's take a look. So here's what it's gonna look like. We've shown this before, just wanted to show you real quick again because the next story really goes hand in hand with this. But Z Fold 3 on the left, Z Fold 4 on the right. Z Fold 4 again, shorter, fatter, less of a body push out where that hinge is on the left. You can see it's a much smaller hinge, so less weight, easier to hold as well. And then when we dive into the next little bit where Ice Universe shows the Vivo X Fold, Fold 4, and Fold 3, you can see some differences here, obviously. So you have the Vivo X Fold on top, in the between you have the Fold 4, and then at the bottom you have the Fold 3. You can see the Fold 3 looks archaic. I really think it does anyway, especially with the hinge on the left there, that big giant hinge that just sticks out to the left, and then it's much smaller on that Fold 4, which sits in the middle of all these photos, and then also around the edges of the phone, kind of similar, especially on the display, kind of similar on both of the Z Fold 3 and Z Fold 4, but it's definitely more functionally looking better than the Fold 3 because of that hinge on the left side. And then the big boy at the top there, the Vivo X Fold, which has a much bigger outside display, as you can see. And then it has the camera at the top in the middle, just like the other phones. But you know, there are some improvements, obviously, because this is Fold 4 country we're living in right now, with the Fold 4 coming out in about a month or so. And you know, it's definitely a better, more refined design, and it's going to be lighter. So I'm super excited about a lot of those technologies being improved on this version. Next story has to do with dust and water resistance. We haven't heard a lot about the Fold 4, if it's going to be dust and water resistant. Fold 3 was water resistant, but it wasn't dust resistant. So if you put this phone in and it had gotten dusty, there's potential it would have been ruined. Well, what about the Galaxy Z Fold 4? Looks like some information is coming to light, thanks to Original Asplace, who asked Ice Universe, please tell me more. The Fold 4 will have dust resistance, and Ice Universe said IPX8, which is only water resistance. It's not dust resistant. So 3 feet, I think it's at 30 minutes of water. That's what it's rated for. Still not dust resistant, unfortunately, which for me, I guess, I don't really care. I've had this phone for a while. I don't feel like it's been ruined by dust or anything, and it's been very functional. So it doesn't really bother me, but I guess if you live in a really dry climate, Las Vegas or maybe the Middle East, and you get a lot of dust and sand and stuff, maybe potentially you have run into some issues, but I would guess most other places probably not so much. But first story of the day has to do with the price of the Galaxy Buds 2 Pros. Now, Galaxy Buds Pro came in at, I think it was like $179 or $169 or something like that. Maybe it was $199, but regardless, seemingly cheaper than the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro are gonna come at. And these are Euro prices, but sometimes Samsung equals the Euro price to the American price. So let's see what this is going to be. So per Snoopy Tech, he's saying that he can reveal that the price for the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, Europe at least, will be 229 euros official MSRP. Now, what does that mean for the rest of the world? Well, sometimes when you see 229 in Europe, sometimes they drop it down to 199 in America, but sometimes, again, those numbers will be equal. So meaning if you see 229 in euros, sometimes you see 229 in American dollars. And with the cost of everything kind of rising, no matter what it is, from food to products to electronics to anything, cars are getting crazy prices. Usually you can factor in that, you know what, maybe this is going to happen, especially when you look at the Pixel Buds Pro coming in at $199. I can't imagine the Pixel Buds Pro are going to be more expensive than the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. I mean, I can see them being the same price, but not being more expensive. So I think this price will carry over to probably being $229 American. Now, we're getting right up into this where we should really find out really soon if that's exactly what it's going to be. But at least in Europe, 229 euros. How does that make you guys feel? Let me know in the comments. And our last story is about the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro and the battery life that you can expect from this. How many days, that's right, days, not hours, but actual days can you expect out of the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro? So this is pretty impressive. I mean, I don't think it's the most battery life Samsung has ever offered on a watch, but I mean, I'd be really happy with this. And Ice Universe is saying that the battery life of the Watch 5 Pro can reach at least 3 days. So at least 3 days, meaning it might last even longer depending upon how you use it, how many notifications, all that stuff in there. So I think that's really good. Imagine getting 3 days of battery life on your phone. That would be, whoa, I would be really stoked with that, to not have to charge my phone every single night and basically use it for 3 days in a row before I needed to, or even more than 3 days. That's pretty impressive. It's not even news, it's just more of a hypothesis, and that is, obviously we're gonna get, I'm gonna close this door because my son's talking right to my wife at the same time. And that is what, you know, we get pre-order gifts with our Galaxy Z Fold 4 and Z Flip 4, and we know what it's going to be. We know we're gonna get $100 if we get the phone. If you get the watch, they add 50 on that. And then if you get the buds, you get an additional 30 or 50 if you end up getting all three, totaling up to a maximum amount of $200 trading credit. Now, one thing I think they're gonna throw in there, or at least allow you to use your credits for, so that you can get more out of the phone, is this. As you can see, they've done this last year or two, and that is get a memory upgrade on them, where you can get 512 gigabytes for the price of 256 gigabytes on the phone. So what they mean by that generally is, and this is how I think it will work out, is, you know, you say you just buy the phone, you get a $100 credit. Now, instead of using the $100 towards earphones or a TV or a tablet or a case, you can put that $100 back into the phone and get increased memory. So instead of 256, you can get the 512 gigabyte version for free because you have the $100 credit. So I think I'd be hard pressed to think that they're not going to do something like this. So be prepared that when you pre-order your Galaxy Z Flip 4 or Fold 4, you'll probably get the free memory upgrade. And I put quotations because it's free, I guess, but you're using your credit, which doesn't cost you anything. So I guess it's free. And I spoke about this one 2 months ago, and I forgot about how annoying this is, because I talked about it 2 months ago and I haven't really talked about it all that much because we haven't fully known. And it seems like more information is coming out about the Galaxy Z Fold 4 of this feature. It's been upgraded on the Z Flip 4, but it has not on the Z Fold 4. And it brings it in line with the Z Flip 4 now that the Z Flip 4 is upgraded, and that is the wired charging. This is honestly embarrassing for a almost $2,000 phone to have the same fast charging as a basically $1,000 phone, the Z Flip 4, and have not been upgraded, I think, since basically the Galaxy Z Fold 2. And this is still technology that they've used from years ago. And that is that they're sticking, seemingly, from what we know so far, they're sticking with the 25 watt wired fast charging on the Z Fold 4. Now, is 25 watt charging slow? Not really. I mean, couldn't you get charged fast enough and get enough juice in about 30 to 45 minutes to get you through a good portion of a day, maybe a half a day or maybe a full day, depending upon what you need and how you use your phone, or maybe a quarter of the day. But can it get you through a couple hours of usage off and on? Yeah, definitely can. At the same time, 25 watt charging is slower than their S22 Ultra charging. Get that at 45 watt, which 45 watt and 25 watt, not a huge difference, at least on the Samsung side. But other phones, this one, if I remember correctly, has 70 watt charging or 60, I can't remember, 60 watt charging, which it charges really, really quickly. I did a video on how fast it charges. It's embarrassing for the Z Fold 4 to not have upgraded charging. And you know, for devices that I love, I'll also pick at them too. I'm not one of those guys that's just like, so if you're like, Greg, what are you talking about? You're really excited about the Z Fold line. I am. But at the same time, no device is perfect. And if you're a device that I really, truly love, or that I don't love, I'll tell good things and bad things. I'm not one of these fake dudes that's just gonna be like, oh, I love everything about it. It's a great phone. Nothing's perfect like that. And I'll eat into Samsung. As much as I love their products, I will eat into them when and if it needs to be done. And I really feel like they really need to push the envelope. It should have at least said 45 watt charging, and maybe it still will, but from what we're hearing, it's not going to. And I hope I'm wrong, but again, it's seeming like 25 watt will be the fast charging at the highest speeds wired on the Z Fold 4. I'm assuming the wireless charging is gonna stick at 15 watts, which still is not very fast. So all kinds of like, that's a big bummer for me, especially when I use and charge my phone so much throughout the day on the Z Fold 3 line. I would love to see it had been faster on the Z Fold 4. Let me know your thoughts about the 25 watt charging being a real, thing on the Z Fold 4. Let me know in the comments down below. With that said, let's jump into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. All right, first question of the day comes from Goon Squad. How excited are you for the Fold 4? Have you chosen which color and gigabyte you're getting? So gigabyte 256 color, I'm leaning towards the white, haven't finally decided on that. And then how excited am I for it? I'm excited because I always like getting a new phone, especially a daily phone that I know I'm gonna truly use all the time. So yeah, I'm excited about getting something a little bit better on this, especially on the camera side. And our last question comes from ArmTech. When I read the pre-order stuff on Samsung, it said in the legal jargon that the credit's only added when you purchase 2 devices or more devices. Is this true, or did I misread it? So, I'll be honest, I didn't look for the legal jargon, but it makes no sense why they would they can't show that you're gonna get $100 credit if you do 1, but you can't use it unless you buy 2 items, so it can't be right. I think what they mean by that, if it does say that, it means that you have to buy the phone, and then the second item has to be one of those pre-order items in order to get any kind of credit. I think that's probably what they meant. Have a great day, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below with the first word being question. Don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @GregglesTV. Have a great day. We'll see you on the road.